Jean. Good morning, Miss Betty. How y'all doing? My name is
Doing
Kimberlie.
good.
Good, thanks. My name is Kimberlie Wright. Welcome to the acronym MSOON. It stands for Making Something Out of Nothing. We are creating all sorts of things, recycling, upcycling. So lately we've been creating this lady sculpture. And I just want to say that hopefully some other people are going to get in, but I don't want to move on too fast without everyone actually maybe probably being a part of it. However, if you all are ready to move on to the next step as it pertains to the plaster of Paris, we can, but then I opted. So of course we have 2 more classes on this piece. We have to put the fabric in the plaster of Paris and wrap it around the figurine to get the fabric to solidify and get hard. And then we have to paint it as well. So I wanted to know who probably was, I said in between classes, whoever was in class last session or last year, we were going to be doing some things in between classes, like the fun palm art that we did when we was drawing our palm in different figures. I just wanted to say, if everybody is not ready to move on to the next step, we definitely will do the plaster of Paris next week. But if you all ready today, I'm ready. I have everything. If you all want to wait 1 more class and just do some fun palm art, please speak up now. You can unmute yourselves. 1 second. Yes, Miss Jean.
Miss Pam came by. She has everything now. She said she was going to try to get in. So maybe, in a little bit she'll come in.
No problem.
I hope.
You ready, Miss Jean, yourself?
I'm ready.
Okay. Who else? Anybody ready to move forward? What about you, Miss Betty?
Not really. I got some of it, but not all of it.
You mean as far as being taped?
Yeah.
Is your whole piece taped, Miss Jean?
Yes, ma'am. Well, I got that. You actually put tape all over it?
Yes, ma'am. See? Can you see that?
No, but that's tape all over. Just put the tape.
Hold on.
What kind of head?
Okay.
So after I shaped it with the foil, I put the masking tape all over it.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I need to do that.
Cover the whole thing.
Okay.
And so that's why I'm saying I don't want to go on with the plaster of Paris until y'all ready. Meaning, like, that's why I was asking, do y'all want to have 1 more week? What about Mr. Even if y'all don't turn on your video? Oh, I see. Mr. Running, Miss Jennifer, Miss Hasina. What about you all? Have you gotten to the fully taped part, or you need some more time?
Ronnie has. I'm slow.
I want to see how you do the plaster Paris, because I don't think I'll be able to keep up as you do it. I want to see the lesson of how you do it, and then I'll do it later and I can go back and watch the video. Okay,
no problem. So what we're gonna do is Miss Jean has to tape hers more. Miss Betty has to tape hers. Miss Hasina says she has to tape hers, and then I guess that'll give Miss Church some time to go ahead. Mr. Running, if you want me to just talk through what I'm gonna do as far as the plaster of Paris, I will do that. But other than that, if not, we're gonna do the plaster of Paris next week and go on with our palm creations for today.
Oh, that's okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody needs to get paper and preferably like a Sharpie, a black Sharpie, or you can use, if you don't want to be so definite, you can use a pencil. If you feel like, we're drawing, so you need paper. Take your time.
Drawing paper?
Yes, paper.
Okay.
I usually use my like card stock but you can use like typing paper, whatever you like to use. All right, so y'all get those figurines together because next week we're definitely gonna do the plastic parrots to move forward. Even if you, for some reason, even next week, if you don't have your lady sculpture taped all the way, then you can still go back and look on the videos on YouTube to see the previous classes that we've had to catch up or whatever. It's not about catching up, but I'm saying to complete your piece. Everybody get your paper. Let me know when you're ready.
Huh?
You all right to get paid to do that?
You back, Miss Betty?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Kim, we're ready.
So, Miss Jean. Miss Betty's back. Is Miss Jean back yet? I thought she was back. Mr. Ronnie and Miss Hasina ready? Yes. All right. So these palm creations, they are just as literally what they are saying, palm creations. So we are making different gestures with our hands. I have my paper as well. I'm going to just show you a few that were done previously for some of the young people who just started class, not trying to show out.
Oh, there she is.
I'm Jenny. I'm Jenny. Bye-bye.
Okay.
All right. So this is when we started. I did this zebra. Chicken. Frog. Giraffe. have this parrot. All right, for now that's enough. We're just gonna go ahead and get right into the piece. So I'm taking my paper and I have a marker. If you feel like you might make a mistake or something, then you don't have to use a marker right away. I have to get this board, this clipboard, so you all can see. And I think this piece is going to be to the side, going horizontal. All right. All right, just gotta measure. So the first thing you want to do is place your hand on the page like so. And always keep some space. Your hand is gonna be flat. Always keep some space on the top and the bottom. However, I'm gonna trace it first, and if you want to see what I've done, then I think that's the best route to go. All right. I'll be right with you. All right, so this is what you want to trace right here. But leave the bottom open. And as you can see, I don't have that much space where my fingers are, but there is more space where I left the bottom open. So be mindful of that. So I see Miss Pamela Church is in class. You just got in. I was giving everybody one more week to finish everything as it pertains to the lady sculpture to get to this point right here, all taped up. So if you have to look on YouTube to get to this stage, that's fine. But next week is when we're going to use the plaster of Paris. So sometimes in between classes, we create these palm creations, and that's what we're doing now. So I was showing everybody some of the palm creations we created before. All of these were made with like the palm of your hand. So if you wanted to get some paper and pencil or a Sharpie, then this would be the time to go ahead and do that so you can draw these with us. All right, so the next step is you're gonna flip that over like so. And then you're going to draw a rounded top. Take your time. You see that I'm drawing slow. Let me move over closer. Okay, next you are going to draw a rally kind of big, but not too big. Sort of close together. Two circles about the same size. Then I'm going to keep going and draw a circle within that circle, kind of like a half, making like a moon. Then I'm going to draw a small little circle in the inside. Darken take your time, darken this portion. If you don't have to darken it now, if you're not at that, if you don't have this material, if you want to do that later. And so I've already said to young people, you all, this may look like a simple drawing, but as you've seen the pieces that I finished, you can really get a whole complete piece if you decorate the background somehow, like use your imagination as to where the object or subject of the picture, where it is. I'm gonna draw something that looks like that. And then put like a small circle on the end of it. Now I'm going to draw a small circle here, make one a little bit larger there, one a little bit larger there. I'm going to continue to make them larger as I go higher. I'm going to make a couple of really small circles, really small ones. And then I'm going to put like a little moon inside the larger circles, which are bubbles. Over here, I'm going to add 3 lines to the eyes for eyelashes. If you want your piece to be a male, you can keep the eyelashes off. I'm going to add some eyebrows, straighten it up. And now over here, I'm going to add a bow. Also here, I'm going to add some even small circles that are even, and on each arm on the inner side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I guess the other ones probably have 6. I'm starting from the bottom so I can measure properly. 2, 3, and it won't get messed up going down to the end. 4, 5, 6. I'm going to do that to the other remaining 3 arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, Almost went too large there. Be careful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last one. I don't know if this one will hold 6 since it's the small finger. 2, 3, 4, 5, and we did it 6. All right, everybody, what is it? You can't unmute yourselves?
It's an octopus. A little girly octopusy. Octopus.
So once again, you know, I colored my pieces like completely. And if you want to add to the octopus, you can definitely do something to the background. Just be like very creative. So I want all of us to be able to start on the same page next week as pertains to the lady sculpture doing the plaster of Paris, because there is a particular way that you mix the plaster of Paris that will make it actually work better and apply better. So, all right, everybody, switch pages. Switch pages, please. Take your time. I don't know if y'all hear my phone buzzing, but so many students calling me this morning. I don't know why, but I'll get back to them. You already switched pages?
Yes.
Anybody had trouble drawing that? Somebody said yes. Well, you know, I just have fun with it. Like, that's why I did like a really simple one to start out. And we're gonna like just, I guess, amp it up a notch, just a little bit. All right, so the next one, I'm getting my clipboard ready.
Pam, can I ask them to show what they did?
No.
No. Oh, what?
Miss Jean, you want to show yours?
No, well,
You don't have to now. You can show it next week when we.
there it is.
Hold on 1 second. That's cute. I like that, and I like the way it's sort of floating to the side. Looks like it's floating to the side or something. But however, you know, be careful. Don't be careful. Be creative with the backgrounds. Just because it's an octopus doesn't mean it have to be in water. You know, it's your choice. Just have fun.
Do you want to go in and check your thing? I can mute it.
Oh, yeah.
Be careful. Mute yourself. All right. Be mindful of your background noise, young people. It's all right. All right. So the next hand posture. All right. So as you can see, my hand is in a regular position with my fingers spread. The piece we're going to be doing now is going to be, the only thing I'm going to do is put my fingers together, the ring, middle finger, and index finger is gonna be together. And once again, if you want me to draw that first and then show you how it's gonna look, no problem. So here it is. Be careful. Don't trace all the way yet until you see my figure. All right, as you can see, I left my tips open because what I want to do here is add like a tip on this side. I want to add a tip rather than my fingers being rounded like usual. Sorry. And here, I want to add a rounded top. I want to round that top off. So if you move over to the right side, the shorter tip or side, I'm going to draw kind of like a wave, like so. All right. Under here, I'm going to round it out, but I'm going to turn it over just so I can get my position right while I'm rounding it out. On this other side, I'm going to do a curve as well. I'm going to, from the bottom of that hump or hook or wherever my small finger was, I'm going to come up, then curve down. Then I'm going to add a small, kind of like a hump on the bottom, but it's going to be rounded first, square off at the bottom, and then round over again, like so. I'm going to add a couple of little whiskers or hairs on the top. And then in this groove or section, I'm going to add some nice lines, but with a nice curve along with, parallel with the curve of the actual piece here. All of them don't have to be the same length. You want it to look natural. And I'm going to do the same thing from this groove or inside where the both pieces meet. I'm going to do the same thing. Curve. Maybe I'll put a few at the top as well. Just a bit. All right. Now I'm going to draw rolls here, but I'm going to curve my lines just a small bit, not too much. Not like a smile, just a little rounded curve. Trying to keep it as even as possible. But if I want to widen it just a bit as I go down, not so as to have them larger as I'm coming down towards the bottom, smaller at the top, more larger at the bottom, you can do that. And then what we're gonna do is come down vertically, making the same lines, but instead of them being a little curved, the lines are gonna be straight. And I think I'm gonna start not directly in the center, but go over to the side, keeping my hand braced on the paper so as to get the line as straight as possible. Then I'm gonna make another line in the center so that can be the center row. And so what I'm gonna do is just continue to make those lines up and down even on both sides. I'll show you each side as I get finished. So, you know, the only material that I used for the pieces were only marker. You can use color pencil, crayon if you like, it's your choice. The only thing I use with mine, I'll show you a few more once we finish with the last drawing. I'll show you a few more of those fun palm art ideas or creations. All right, so once again, go ahead and do the other side. I almost made my row too thin, but I guess I got it together. All right. Anybody know what this one is? Sorry, you all muted.
No, you say.
What is it, young people?
An ear of corn.
Yeah. Good job. So we have one more piece to do. That's a good job. Now this looks really plain as it pertains to just a piece of corn sitting in the, I wouldn't even say it's in the air. It's just a blank background. But you can be very creative as to where you go with this. Once again, the only supply or material that I used in these pieces were marker. Like some of these you can see, sorry, where the hand, the palm creation is. I only use marker in my pieces, so feel free to, as you can see, each one I made a different background. Be creative with your background so you can share them in class.
Kim,
Yes.
how did you get the girls out of the hand? I don't see that. The two girls?
Actually, you can see it better with the Caucasian lady because it's like a knuckle, like so. Hold on, let me turn my head right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Even the black lady, I actually, once I did her, I was like, I got to do a black lady too, so I did the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, everything else is drawn around there separately. So this was a unicorn we did. It was like so. Cat. And we did this pirate. You can see it's your 5 fingers, pretty much. So again, you can see I did a full background. We did not have that background. I told everybody to please, just be creative and Do your thing. All right, for the last piece of the day, grab one more piece of paper. I'll be very excited to see what you all came up with next class. All right, so once again, if you want to, my finger is pretty much, okay, first my hand is, let me shake it out. Hands like this, but turn to the side, so to speak. My thumb is right here. Basically, your middle finger is going to be bent and the thumb is kind of wrapped around it like so. And this finger is going to have like a hook. And it's going to be laid on the paper just like that. So once again, I'm going to draw that to let you see how it look. Don't just trace around that because you might miss the actual shape that you really need. All right, so all you have to do mine seem weird. Hold on 1 second, sorry. All right. Sorry about that. All right, even though you are tracing this piece like so, it's only going to end up as a smooth curve. So we're going to go straight up and around it. All right. So from there, on the back, even if you go out a little bit, it's fine. You're pretty much going straight up around that finger here, and then you're making a round shape in the front. So again, straight up, make a round, small shape, and then bring that shape all the way out.
A pregnant bowling ball.
So silly, Miss Jean. And so this bottom portion, we're going to bring it around, but not all the way, maybe about here. And bring that on around like so. Here you want to right here, you're gonna use this space evenly parallel to come up just a couple of little inches. Then you're gonna make a line coming down about like so. As you can see, I have it just over that line that was coming up a bit. We're gonna come up and around. Here we're going to draw a line coming out and a line coming down. I'm just going over it to make it a little thicker.
What, baby? Oh, okay, great. Take my car if you want to, Ronnie.
Sorry, young people. Bring that line out. It was about not in the center of the head, maybe like a little bit up. And now I'm going to draw like a circle and darken it all the way in. I'm going to come over and down like so. It was like a sliding board. But at the end of the sliding board, I'm going to curve down just a little bit. Now I'm going to bring that in towards the face. In the center of this, I'm going to sort of make it in half by drawing a line through it. And right here, we want to draw maybe something that looks like that. All right. I know y'all know what this piece is.
You look like a penguin.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Does yours look like a penguin?
Well,
So silly.
oh,
All right. So today, so far, you might be amazed just to look at your pieces and to find what you've done.
You want to say something?
Everybody should have created an octopus today, female or male. It's up to you. An ear of corn.
So we've done all that. Oh. What you call that? Oh, an ear
Be
corn.
mindful of
Oh, ear corn. Yeah.
and the penguin. So I plan to actually finish those just like I did with all the color, like these. Please add backgrounds, and they don't even have to be like real natural images. They can be just color and patterns. You know, be creative and see what you can come up with. All right, one tip I wanted to give about next week is that I guess I'll just show you the materials that I have. So as you can see on my table, I have this big bottle of alkaline water. It doesn't have to be alkaline water, of course, but I just pulled it out of the refrigerator because it's better to mix plaster of Paris with cold water. Some people might think that mixing the plaster of Paris with hot water might actually get the mix down better, but cold water is the best. So it doesn't have to be like freezing cold. I'm just letting you all know that you don't want warm water or hot water next week so that you'll be ready. If you wanted to write that down or jot that down on something, feel free, just so you can remember. And so I told you all that we will have other projects to complete with the plaster of Paris if you purchase, because it's so many things you can do with it. Don't worry about waste or anything. I'll continue to complete projects with you. But I do have this measuring cup. It's a half of a cup so that I can be precise as it pertains to the amount of plaster of Paris I use. And what we're going to, it doesn't matter how much you decide that you want to use for your cloth, but we're going to be using 2 parts plaster of Paris to 1 part water. So that means if we use 2 cups of plaster of Paris, we're going to have 1 cup of water. All right. And it sets really in like 20 to 30 minutes as you mix it. As you use it, you'll start feeling it to get stiffer and harder. So you really want to kind of like just work a little bit quick. And on the box it says you will need clean cold water. Cold water. You need a broad putty knife or trowel, something to stir with. It can be an old brush from a paint brush where the bristles have come off. It can be an old butter knife, whatever you feel like you can recycle. You need a clean mixing container. Remember I told you I was going to use this pan. You can use any type of plastic bowl. But I would not recommend using like a aluminum type of pan. You need something plastic and something that you don't plan on using again as it pertains to for food. And you need probably sandpaper or sponge. Sandpaper is optional. That's when the piece completely dries. If you wanted to smooth something or sand something, that's up to you. So basically we will be doing that next week. Also, I had some cups, just several little plastic cups that once I measure out my plaster of Paris, I can separately put them in there before I get ready to mix it. And so I think that quickly, even though we only have like 30-minute classes, so if you all need to get out of class after the 30 minutes is up, you can feel free, but we have unlimited time now. That's why sometimes we go over with our classes. But I think since class was supposed to be from 10 to 10:30 and it's 10:49 now, I'm going to go ahead with one more poem idea. And it's going to be really quick, so get your paper again. And as you can see, the last one, I dropped my marker somewhere, but I'm going to use another one. I always got to have more than one thing handy. All right, as you can see my hand, shaking it out. Actually, if I turn it to the side and make that hand like you actually, I don't know if some people make a bird like that or actually like you're talking. Sometimes we do that when we say people talking too much. Talking. Like myself right now. All right, basically what you're gonna do is place that wrong sheet of paper. You're gonna place that hand. I would think I would go horizontal right now to the side of the page like so and trace around that. So I'm gonna do that first and allow you to see it so that you can get the proper shape. All right, I'm actually just going smooth with my hand. And this is what I came up with. Meaning I had my hand like this, and I actually traced smooth all the way around the piece. All right, after that, you're going to round this back off. I turn mine upside down so I can get a good, nice curve. Always look at the other side so that you can meet it and get that curve really rounded. You have like a small, this is a large rounded area. This is a small rounded area. Right here above that small rounded area, I want to make a large, not too large, I would say medium size circle. And I took my time and did that circle as slow as I could to get it as good as I could. So do the best you can. After that, I'm going to draw a medium circle inside that circle, leaving a portion looking like a moon. Then I'm going to go to the top here and draw a small circle. And so down here under the small circle, I'm going to draw a even smaller circle. On this back side right here, I want to draw 3 little lines coming out but curving upward. And I'm going to darken this portion of all those circles. Be careful to know which side, which part you're darkening in. It should be the second largest circle out of all of them. As you can see, my top is a little bit flat. I'm just going to make it a little bit larger so as to even up my circle a bit. Then on the top above here, I'm going to draw 3 little stripes, so to speak. They're not even really even. Right here on the tip of this frontal small circle, I'm going to draw a line coming in like that. And then I'm going to draw a line going out like that. Right up under where the bottom of this circle is, I'm going to add a line like so. And then I'm going to darken this whole frontal circle in. Right here above this bottom curve, I'm going to draw, strike 3 lines. Don't have to be the same. And on the other side, right outside that black shape, I'm going to go 3 lines as well, right there. On the top where this flat portion is, I'm going to draw like a big circle about this size. And it's going to look something like that. Then I'm going to draw another circle inside of it. In the front of this outer circle, I'm going to draw another circle, but it's going to appear to be lower as it comes out, like so. See, it's not the same level. It's like a little bit lower. Then I'm going to strike right inside here, maybe 2 or 3 lines. Not the same length. Right here, I'm going to draw 2 triangles with a little curve at the bottom. This is the back, large, rounded part around the palm that we drew. You can see the one that's in the back is a little bit longer and the one in the front is a little bit shorter. And so right here, right below this curve, coming back some, you want to have another long triangle, not too long, but draw the one behind it a little bit longer. All right, right here at the end tip of each triangle, you want to draw 3 even lines. I'm drawing 3 in the front. 1, 2, 3. And then the last thing that's going to make this piece complete is not maybe right here on the hump, maybe come down a bit and draw a line that looks like an S. I made the first part really large and came down small because what I want to do is mimic or make a line parallel to that, but to widen that piece a bit. All right, so that's it for that piece. Anybody knows what this is?
A little mouse.
Yes, it is a mouse.
Oh.
All right, so you have about 4 pictures to do in your own time as far as the background. Next week we will definitely finish up the plaster of Paris with the fabric. Are there any questions? Anyone about the lady sculpture for next week? Any questions?
I don't think so.
So once again, if you need to catch up on the piece, all you have to look up is Kimberlie Wright's Lady Sculpture on YouTube, and you will actually see it in the classes of Department and Senior Services, or you can just put Kimberlie Wright's because all my classes come up. And if you get a chance to finish any of those palm creation or ideas, we can actually share those next week as well. Thanks again. My name is Kimberlie Wright for joining Making Something Out of Nothing. Please keep creating with your found objects and your goodies that you thought you could throw away, but it was trash, but you can see how some kind of way you can upcycle it and make it into treasure. Have a wonderful and blessed day, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.
You do the same, Kim. Thank you.
Everybody.
Have a good day, everybody.
You too.